Just as the leaves started to fall, my life too started changing colors.
We are talking about cleansing fundamentally the Pingala and Ida so that energy system will work in balance.
Travel is really romanticized because it gives you this feeling of not having any roots. From literally living like a lab rat from this box in the city, it was time to come out and travel like a free bird. Travel is really romanticized because it gives you this feeling of not having any roots. Hello, Philly. But travel definitely wasn't a thing 1,000 years ago, when our feet were our only vehicles. Because we've got cars and airplanes and trains, travel feels like quite a fairy tale. But there's a huge downside to this that most people don't know about. When we get into these vehicles, we're moving really, really, really fast. When that happens, our entire system gets a bit frazzled. Because we're not made to move 400 or 500 miles per hour. Top it off with bad posture that many of us are guilty of having, and by the end of it, your body and mind are completely wiped out. So over the years, I've traveled quite a bit across India and the US. I've turned to some specific methods to keep me healthy and well during travel and after. Although I've been moving so much over the last few years, whenever I move from one place to another, it's not like I get emotional, but I get maybe a bit nostalgic. While you're in a moving vehicle, you're literally flying your body through the air. To keep yourself as together as possible through this, having a straight spine can go a long way. But the furniture in our vehicles aren't always the best for our health.
If you just allow me to redesign your furniture in America, you will see your healthcare bill will come down minimum 30 to 40%. Just your furniture, the way you sit. Most furniture is made in such a way, if I go sit like this is the only way you can sit. You cannot sit like this. If you sit like this, you're inviting illnesses because here is all the vital organs. None of them are fixed with nuts and bolts, it's all hanging in nets. Hello? Only if you sit like this, they all function to their best. If you sit like this, they'll all pile on each other and they will not function well. It's as simple as that. Especially with a full stomach, after lunch if you sit like this, definitely you're asking for trouble. I usually just slip a small pillow behind my back in the seat so that my spine sits up straight. But this time, I literally just put this half a chair that I bought from IKEA because I like to sit cross-legged. It makes me sit straighter. Basically, whatever works to keep your spine as straight as possible. The only thing I could do in the hotel is follow the greatest medical advice out there. Wear a mask and wash your hands. There are tons of other things you can do to boost your immunity, which you can check out in this video. After 8 hours on the road, I was really looking forward to eating the fresh food that my cousin had packed for me. Oh, that's another thing. Food. Just bring 40 to 50% of the food in its raw form, that means it's alive. It must be a live cell, it can be a vegetable, it can be a fruit, it can be a nut, it can be sprouted gram. At least 40 to 50%, the food that you eat must be alive. You eat dead food and you want to live, it's a little difficult thing to do because you have to raise the dead now.
Surprisingly, I felt so energized that I could hardly sleep in this little quaint town in Virginia. These yogic breathing processes immediately brighten up any kind of sleepiness or imbalance that sets in during travel,
just within a few minutes.
The word Nadi Shuddhi literally means cleansing the nadis. When we say nadis, we are not talking about the 72,000 because these 72,000 are only a branch out of the two basic nadis, the Pingala and the Ida. 36,000 branching out from Pingala, 36,000 branching out from Ida. This is the energy physiology of a human being. When we say Nadi Shuddhi, we are talking about cleansing fundamentally the Pingala and Ida so that energy system will work in balance.
And when you're balanced, travel becomes so much more fun.
So in New Jersey, they fill up the gas for you. It's been 11 months since I stepped out of New Jersey, New York area. I don't know if I still remember how to fill gas anymore.
So this time, I wasn't much of a pedal-to-the-metal kind of driver. I took stops on the way so that it felt more like a road trip. These Virginia back roads gave me a glimpse of the beautiful Appalachian mountains and hills.
It did take a few minutes, catch my breath, and just connect with whatever forms of nature were around me, and catch a few rays of sun.
It's very important you get some sun, air, good water, you're doing Bhuta Shuddhi in a very natural way. It is not the ultimate type of Bhuta Shuddhi, but you're doing some Bhuta Shuddhi. Get some sun on your body every day because sunlight is still pure, isn't it? Nobody can fortunately contaminate it. And what kind of fire burns within you? Is it the fire of greed, fire of hatred, fire of resentment, fire of anger, fire of love, fire of compassion? What kind of fire burns within you? You take care of that. Then you don't worry about your physical and mental well-being. It's taken care of.
The last 20 minutes before reaching the outskirts of Nashville. It's a full moon night, so it's just me, the moon, and an empty road. Sounds like the beginning of my first country song.
Before you go, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give the bell a ring too.